Aarav was 25 years old boy, not lost, not lazy, just tired. Tired of interviews that went well but led nowhere. Tired of explaining to relatives that he was still figuring things out. Tired of believing he was capable, yet feeling invisible in a world that rewarded certainty. He wasn't chasing luxury. He was chasing the right job, one that made sense, one that felt like a beginning instead of a compromise. That morning, he believed this interview might finally be it. Aarav stood on platform 4, staring at the digital board like it had personally betrayed him. Train 12809, delayed. Train 22415, departed. The second line mattered more. That was his train. Interview. Final round. One opportunity after 6 months of rejection. He had rehearsed answers, ironed his shirt, even left home early. And still, he missed it. He felt stupid, angry, small. People around him moved on. Vendors shouted. Trains arrived and left. The world clearly didn't pause for one man's ruined plan. Aarav sat on a metal bench and buried his face in his hands. This always happens, he muttered. Every time something matters. He opened his phone. 3 missed calls from his mother. He didn't call back. An hour later, while he waited for the next train, he overheard 2 men talking behind him. Did you hear? One said quietly. About what? That train that left earlier. It broke down outside the city. Major technical fault. Passengers stuck. Some injured. Aarav froze. Train 22415. The one he missed. For a moment, relief washed over him. Then, guilt followed immediately. So what? He thought. I'm still stuck here. My future didn't magically improve. He boarded the next train anyway. No purpose now, just movement. Anything felt better than sitting still. The train was crowded. No seat. No phone battery. No mood to talk. At one stop, an old man got on and struggled to stand. Aarav instinctively gave him his place near the door. You're kind. Aarav shrugged. Just basic. The old man smiled. Kindness is never basic. It's rare, especially on days like this. That sentence lingered longer than it should have. They talked, slowly, casually. The old man asked what Aarav did. Aarav told him everything. The missed train, the interview, the feeling of being left behind while others moved forward. The old man listened without interrupting. When Aarav finished, he said, Can I tell you something strange? Aarav nodded. Most people think life rewards effort immediately, the man said, but effort doesn't get rewarded. Alignment does. Aarav frowned. What does that even mean? It means, the man continued, you can run very fast in the wrong direction. At the next station, the old man stood up. Before leaving, he slipped a small card into Aarav's hand. If you ever feel like today was wasted, he said, come here. And then he was gone. The card had an address. Nothing else. 3 days passed. Aarav stayed restless. The interview rejection email arrived exactly when he expected it. Short, polite, final. That night, without knowing why, he looked at the card again. The address was a small co-working space. What's the worst that can happen? He thought. He went. Inside, people were working on laptops, whiteboards full of ideas. It didn't feel corporate. It felt alive. A woman approached him. Can I help you? I got this address from someone, Aarav said, holding up the card. Her eyes widened slightly. Ah, you met him. Met who? Our founder, she said. He comes here randomly, talks to people, says he's collecting stories. Aarav blinked. Huh? Founder of what? She smiled. This place. And 3 other companies. She paused. What do you do? Aarav hesitated, then spoke honestly about his skills, his confusion, his fear of choosing wrong. She listened. Then she said, "We're building a team for a new project. No fixed roles yet, just people who think clearly under uncertainty." She looked at him. "You want to try?" Aarav didn't answer immediately, not because he wasn't interested, but because no one had asked him this way before. Not, "Can you do this role?" Not, "Do you have experience?" Just, "Do you want to try?" "I don't have a perfect background," he said honestly. "I've jumped between things. I'm still figuring myself out." The woman nodded. "That's exactly why this might work," she explained. The project wasn't about following fixed instructions. It needed people who could think, adapt, and learn fast. People comfortable with ambiguity. People who didn't panic when plans changed. Aarav realized something quietly unsettling. Every job he had chased earlier wanted him to fit into a box. This one wanted him to build the box as they went. "I can't promise I'll be the best," Aarav said, "but I'll be honest, and I'll work." She smiled. "That's enough to start." He took a breath. "Yes," he said, "I want to try." 6 months later, Aarav passed Platform 4 again. Different day, different version of him. He watched a train pull away and felt nothing. No anger, no panic. Because he finally understood something that day taught him, quietly, painfully, perfectly. If he had caught that first train, he would have reached the interview. If he reached the interview, he might have gotten the job. If he got the job, he would have spent years doing work that didn't fit him. And he would have called it success. Sometimes what feels like a delay is actually a reroute. Sometimes what feels like loss is protection. And sometimes the plan you're angry about failing is the only reason you end up where you truly belong. You don't see the full map yet. That doesn't mean there isn't one. And this is final now. So that's the subtle lesson for today. I'm hoping that you find some valuable lesson from Aarav's story, and you should implement this learning in your life too. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for much such valuable lessons. Thank you.